Hey, we're Chris and Nicole, and this is Kino. We're currently traveling through British Columbia in our self-converted Sprinter van. We last left you on our way to Prince George. Since then, we've driven a large portion of Highway 16 towards Prince Rupert, where we will go on an adventure up a mountain we will not soon forget.
Do you know which way to Prince Rupert? Moo.
Why do we keep asking cows for directions?
Moo. he's number 42.
Here's another one up here.
Oh god, yeah. Do you know where Prince Rupert is?
Maybe the little guy up here will.
Oh, look at the little guy back there.
Do you know the way to Prince Rupert?
It's a pretty amazing view.
Yeah, it is.
Wasn't sure if we were going to see the mountains based on the drive coming in. They just seemed like they never were going to arrive.
And I feel like maybe as you get closer to the ocean, the rivers kind of expand because all of the water's going to make its way out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sleep on a lake tonight because there was an option to climb and summit a mountain. The road is absolute garbage.
Yeah, it's definitely one you need to take your time with. Pick carefully where you put your tires.
I think if people didn't have clearance to get up this road,
Clearance and 4x4.
watch, it's totally washed out on that side.
Yeah.
Anybody that doesn't like a little bit of a white knuckling drive, not for you. Okay.
Oh, looks fine. This is just a decision point, I guess. We can look at the map and decide whether we want to keep going all the way up. Wow, that is a long way.
We're 1/3 of the way there.
Yeah, I can't imagine it gets better. As we continue to climb these boulders and dodge these potholes and try not to bottom out, this is my way of knowing whether or not we're okay and whether we're still on a manageable road. If the dog can still just lay there with her head down, her eyes shut, then I think we're okay. Or I'm just doing a good job.
Alright, so we're 1.5 kilometers to the summit. The road just got really shitty. I think we bottomed out the hitch. The road's like gotten steeper than a grade we've ever gone up. It's all a dirt rock mix. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to safely make it up. We don't want to do any damage to the van. So Chris has just gone to walk it. Are you having a good time? At least somebody's having a good time. Well, Sprinty, you've done a good job so far. You've got 0.5 kilometer left to go.
Whew, so we made it up to the top. That was quite a ride. It took about like an hour of going up all those rough roads, and we seemed to have pretty good clearance all the way, although there were some pretty tight spots where you had to really navigate where you place your tires to go up. The only thing that I don't really love is the hitch. My hitch takes away so much clearance under there. So I'm gonna really have to watch that going back. I definitely bumped that a little bit. What I want to do is get the whole van lifted up a little bit more. And I saw another van just yesterday that had the same hitch, and they were a little bit higher up, which gave them some more clearance. So it's not the hitch. I can use the hitch as long as we get the van a little higher. This place is pretty sweet though. Like it, right on the top of, I don't know what mountain this is, but you get a 360 view of the ocean. That's all the ocean over there, the sun setting. It's pretty hot up here because there's no shade. And it's just, I think it's just like an access road that goes to this tower here. But probably the biggest risk to us is actually these, there's nails all over the campsite. So we're trying to clean some of them up. I checked the tires. It doesn't look like we have any in the tires, but we're gonna have to be careful getting out of here, and we're gonna try to clean up as many as we can.
I brought a box of gloves and some big black garbage bags, and I'm going to be doing my part in leaving no trace and leaving this place a better place than I found. There's shirts, there's beer cans, there's nails on the ground, which we don't want in our tires and nobody does, so. This is what we're picking up off the ground, like tire poppers much. They're everywhere. We've easily picked up 100, 200 nails already.
No joke, this entire bag is full of nails. I think they just are having like massive skid fires up here or something like that.
Good morning.
I'm hurting.
What happened last night?
We probably didn't get any of that on video.
Nope.
Well, we figured out why there's so many nails outside. My suspicion was right. The locals like to come up here and have a nice big skid bonfire. So we hung out with them all night, and maybe had a few too many. Well, I only had 4 beers, but
I don't know what happened to you.
those were very strong beers. Surprisingly, because I feel very hungover.
Do you?
And we drained the batteries pretty much on the van. We went to bed with almost like not much of a charge anyways, but we're trying to charge them up now. So yeah, a little bit of a late start to the day, and we've got a long drive down the mountain. So it'll feel good when we get down there and hit up a Timmy's.
Because we don't have enough power to run out the coffee.
We probably do, but we probably want to conserve as much power as we can to try to get that as high, especially with like this heat wave that's going on right now. It's like 30. It's like what is it? It's like 30 something degrees outside. So let's hope the drive down is uneventful. That's for sure.
Looks like fun.
Clear the space for us to get out.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. I almost threw up going up this thing.
This is probably a warning of what not to do. Our friends from last night told us about this lookout that's halfway down the mountain that looks like someone's built. So it's literally just a random path. So the viewpoint is supposed to take a look out over the shipping container port in Prince Rupert. So we're just going to explore the forest, see what the lookout has, and then continue down this treacherous road. That's nice. Thanks, Chris.
Helping me feel better.
Holy smokes. So way off in the distance, that's Haidagwai. You've got the shipping container port down there. Those beaches look like exactly where I want to be today. All right, I think this place is too cool to not put the drone up, so let's show you this place from the drone. This place is so cool. Like, how the heck did this structure, like what did this structure used to be?
I know, it's all cement.
There's cement here. Someone put up a swing, like a rope swing of some sort. You're not swinging into anything, maybe just to get up the tree. Like,
Yeah, it's wild. Like, would have been a lot to bring all this stuff up here too.
I know. This place is just full of mysteries. All right, you ready to head back down the mountain and get some breakfast?
Yes, definitely. And some greasy hash browns.
And coffee. I think we found an abandoned old dam and the building that ran the dam. It's tucked off the road, probably like 15-minute walk. We just were walking the dog and came across this. Really cool. Doesn't look like we can go inside, doesn't look very safe, so we're just gonna give you a quick tour of around the building and yeah, let's check it out.
Going.
Hello.
Keens.
Me and my bud, my fire bud.
That's a nice view.
Morning.
Hi.
It's like,
Too early.
well, it's only like 7 o'clock. Sun rose like 2 hours ago, but because of how high the mountains are here, that it still hasn't crested over the mountaintop here. So we just figured we'd get up and see what it looked like, and you got to check this place out. It's pretty cool, and this is the first time the water here actually has a tide, because we're actually on a fjord where this is part of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, check this out. Wow. See, and it's just so calm because of since we're so far in. Yesterday the beach, the rock beach here was like twice the size. There's Kino. In the interest of being up northern BC and like kind of the middle of nowhere, we figured we'd check out some of these cool little towns. What's this place called?
We are in Hazelton. So we are in historic old Hazelton, specifically. I guess there's also New Hazelton we drove through.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it's pretty cool. It reminds us of one of the towns that we were up in, Dawson City, up in the Yukon. So it's just the whole layout kind of looks very similar, but it's a smaller version of it.
So here's some fun facts for you about Hazelton. Hazelton is the oldest surviving pioneer community in the Northwest BC. Home to the first trading post, bank, school, mining office, government agent, newspaper, and hospital in the region. Still served by many of these institutions, Hazelton enjoys a strong tie to its rich past.
We're out here in like an absolute crazy heat wave. It's like 30, it feels like 39.
Degrees.
Yeah, and it like, I think before humidity it's like 37 or something like that.
It's disgusting.
So thank goodness for the air conditioner. Kino's laying on the bed here. We just turned off the air conditioner so you guys can hear us, but she's not even panting, which is awesome. And then we've got the heat shield up there. We've got the hood open right now to try to cool down the alternator, because we're trying to charge so much so we can just use this air conditioner as much as we need it.
Because we're having a hard time with this. It's so hot that like the alternator just doesn't want to charge the batteries to like how it was when Crystal and I were driving out, because it is just so extremely hot.
Yeah, like it charges at full capacity for like the first, I don't know, half hour to an hour, but then once it starts getting too hot in there, and there's not, maybe if you like pull off the road and you're running the engine, it goes down to like a trickle charge, and it's just not enough to power them up. But a huge MVP of our trip is this AccuVa water filter, though. It just having the ability to be able to like fill up our water bottles anytime on demand is just awesome.
It's so nice, and the water is like, even though it's quite hot underneath the bed, the water is not coming out scalding hot.
Yeah.
So like,
it's like
happy with how the water's hanging out in the tank, but the water has tasted incredible. Like the entire time, I wasn't sure like if we would notice a difference when like we would fill up at different like water stations. We've probably filled up our water 4 or 5 times now. Tastes great. Like we feel safe feeding it to the dog.
Yeah.
Or giving it to the dog to drink.
Yeah. And like we've just filled up from random spots and stuff. So no, it's been absolutely great. And just from the time we started this video, the temperature's probably climbed in here about 7 degrees. So we need to turn that air conditioner back on.
Also,
right away.
If you guys are interested, I know we talked about this in our when we installed the water filter, but we actually have a discount for AccuVa, so we'll leave it in the link in the description, so that you can, if you are interested in an incredible water purifying system, over there.
It's 2-stage, goes through a filter and then goes through a UV filter. The faucet actually like lights up and stuff, which to tell you that it's actually purifying, which is awesome.
And they're Canadian.
And they're Canadian.
We love Canadian companies.
And I'm going to turn on this air conditioner right now. It's so hot. It's a little bit cooler now in here, so we'll close it up and hopefully it charges.
Just checking the temperatures and the forecast for the rest of the week, and we just found out that BC, specifically one town, Lytton, just smashed a record for the highest temperature ever set in Canada of 46.6 degrees. Holy smokes.
Yeah, which didn't it say something like it smashed the previous record, which was like 40 something?
45.
45 in Saskatchewan.
Set in Saskatchewan in 1937.
It's 38.5 degrees out here still right now. Okay, for the first time on this trip, we've given in to
Paid camping.
paid camping because we figured, you know what, it's 39 degrees outside, plus humidity. We might as well just go and find a place where we can actually plug in, air conditioner on max, charge up, fill the water tank, do laundry, have showers, and make sure we have a happy dog. So I think that was probably a good choice. So,
Yeah.
So this way we know tomorrow we'll be leaving with 100% battery and a good night's sleep. So
And honestly, like when I drove out here, we didn't use the air conditioner once, so it's like we know like on a regular temperature night, you don't need it. But when it's 40 degrees out and it's still like it's 10 o'clock and the temp still hasn't dropped.
And it's breaking record heat temps that have been like since the last 100 years or something like that. So yeah. Anyways, I think it's the right choice. So a little bit of a different night, but we're gonna get caught up on everything so we can hit the road in the morning. Charge my batteries. This place is all about the sides. The rules on every single side. Shake off all your pine needles. Watch your time on the laundry. Don't start laundry if it's after 8:15 p.m.
This is the glamorous part of road tripping, right?
All clothes must be out of your machines by 10 p.m. sharp. So we need to get this done. We're supposed to be done in 25 minutes. It's been like 30 minutes. Here we go. This one's speeding up. All right. Good morning. Last night, got a few bugs. In the middle of the night, we found it was a little bit warmer inside the van, and the air conditioner was dripping. Had a few drips coming down from inside it right onto the bed, which was a little bit annoying. But so it might have been that it froze up or something like that. So we're not really sure what's going on there. It turned it off for a little bit and then started it up again like an hour or two later, and it seems to be working fine now. So it might have froze up. Now it is like super hot. It's been working really hard for the last little while. So not 100% sure, but we'll kind of keep an eye on it. I'm going to go up on the roof and just take a look and see whether there's anything that I can see. But right now it's working fine. So if there was any ice, it's probably gone. But hopefully that's kind of a one-off and not a sign of a larger issue. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on it and make sure that we watch for that to happen again. So hope crossing our fingers. Well, it all seems fine right now. One big benefit over the RV to the van with the electrical system we have here is that you can run as much as you want in here, even though we're just plugged into a 15 amp outlet outside. We're not going to trip their breaker because the system knows never to draw more than 15 amps. So even if we're running a Keurig, an air conditioner, laptops, the difference above 15 amps is just going to come from the batteries. So it's going to invert to kind of if you need more power than that. So that's one of those things. We used to like sometimes turn the microwave on in the trailer or things like this that use just like an absolute ton of power. And the breaker would trip, you'd have to go find that. And a lot of times at these RV parks too, the breakers are kind of weak, so they might even go a little bit prematurely. So that's one huge benefit that you don't really think about, but it really makes a big difference.
Grab me an ice cap. Double doubles and some donuts. Tell me if you want some. I'm headed on a Tim's run. Hey, you better grab me a honey cooler too. I'm headed on a Tim's run. Let me know what you want. I can pick it all up. Double doubles and some donuts. Tell me if you want some. I'm headed on a Tim's run. All right, let me tell you what I'll have. Double chocolate.